But yeah, I think this is where we are. Like, we've been talking about this for a while. This little gray box. I'll go ahead and start the timer. Timer here is on the top left. For anybody that's wondering, it's because I yap a lot. And it gets on my case, but we try to keep it keep pace for you guys. But what this is non-farm payrolls for January, and really we do not have a trend. So I keep hearing this thing, like people are like, oh, we're super bullish market. From a technical perspective, this is super neutral market. It's not bullish, it's not bearish. It's just neutral. It's choppy. There are certain stocks in the market that are absolutely bearish, no question about it. And there are certain stocks in the market that are actually still bullish. So between all of that, I think that's the quote unquote broadening that we've been seeing over the last, I don't know, 6 months plus. And at the index level, the S&P is neutral, but the Qs, little bit of a different story. We went over a lot of this yesterday, or last week. But at the end of the day, look, what we're doing, we're just traveling through this gray box one way or other till we have that full day open and close, entire days trading above. We're just not going higher. And even today, we're opening at the high 697. Look, this was that previously broken near-term trend. Again, not making new highs, instantly selling off at the close. I think people are just getting positioned for this week's. As of yesterday, we were not getting non-farm payrolls on Friday. I don't know where we are at this moment in terms of getting
we might get them because the government just opened, but I don't know if it's going to happen by this Friday, to be honest.
So I'm not counting on it. But what I will say is that if you use so we have an indicator, right? I always use these NFP levels, but this is all automated, these lines. If you use ours, then actually this is in the new version. Make sure you go get your updated version. We have ADP in there also, because in the absence of NFP, the market has, and will use ADP, which comes out tomorrow. Assuming we don't get NFP. Whenever that comes in, that's going to determine the trend. But you can see pretty clearly here, these white lines. At no point have we had a single full days open and close above. So to me and our system, that's just chopping, right? Downside here is 682, which is honestly like these are the two downside areas right in here. And quite frankly, we nearly got there already. For now, we actually have an open above, but we have a close basically below. What I would say is I don't think that this is a couple weeks ago I said like we're shorting the whole. We're close there, but not quite. So maybe we get a little bit more downside, but things can change. We have big time earnings coming. Google, Amazon, I think are going to be pretty game changing for the Qs. But net, the trend is decidedly neutral on SPY. So it's not up. If you're confused with that, it's not down either. It's in a resting phase. So like if you like to sell premium, this is the time to do that. Sell it towards the highs until we have that next non-farm payroll day. So I wouldn't actually be surprised tomorrow if we see this SPY up at 695, only to get rejected one more time back down to 685 or something like that. But so coming into this, we also said there's going to be a lot of volatility. This is exactly that. This is a day trader's paradise and a swing trader's nightmare, essentially, type of market, unless you're in the right things. But for right now, just hold tight. It's not we're not falling out just yet, but things can. We have AMD, or not AMD. We have Amazon and we have Google that are really going to make a big difference here. So I'll finish this out on Qs. Very similar. So quite frankly, this is like a barcode. Like if you go to the store and you scan the barcode, that's kind of like what this chart looks like near term. How long have we been here, dude? Like
basically a month. I feel
3 months actually. So Qs closing at 613. We're at this exact price in October. So, so, so you can't say it's in an uptrend from that perspective, and you definitely can't say it's in a downtrend from that perspective either. This is how markets move. They don't go in straight lines. Most of the time, they go sideways. This just happens to be that. So I don't think it's time to panic anything. I think that needs to be said because certain things do feel like they're a little bit stretched to the downside. But at the same time, what we're seeing underneath the market is generally speaking, somewhat healthy. Like today, even on Qs, this is, and I'm going over just a little bit. These are our levels here. If you're in the group, you know what these are, or if you've been watching for forever, you know what these are. This is the NFP high, 627.88. We open above, but we instantly fail below. Downside would be 619. That's target, but below that, the next level is 613, which we today, technically speaking, opened above and closed above this level. So I don't actually think, unless there's anything, maybe a Trump tweet or something like that, I don't think that we're going much further down from here. This would be the lower end of the range, if you will, having just come off the top of the range. So to me, when you're in a trading range like this, what we say is like you trade the edges, and towards the lows is where you would want to be long as a trader, and take profits, definitively take profits towards the highs. So expect any of this. The 627 absolutely going to be resistance, at least until we get those non-farm payrolls. But even then, that's still this 627 on Qs, absolutely going to be resistance. If we start breaking down, the next level below us is 607s, and then we'll have to see from there. But I don't see a major breakdown yet. This is definitely going sideways long enough to think that a big move is coming. But hey, welcome to February. By the way, this is pretty typical for Februarys. There's a lot of I would say like indiscriminate selling sometimes. And yeah, we are at risk if we do continue lower, but again, it's not there's plenty of time to make major decisions here. That's my 2 cents.